Good morning, friends. It is that time. It is time for the weekend. As per usual, we'll give it a few minutes before we start here. I will incorporate a timer here at some point. Probably soon. Just haven't gotten there yet. So, hmm, how do we look at that? Oh, yeah. Duh. That's what we shot in the opening round. We ended in first in our bracket with that score. I expect I need another stroke on that at least. Um, the brackets typically go up about a score every round, maybe two, especially with the weekend round. A lot of times people get this finally, they dial in their shots and they really start sinking them. Um, so we're going to need a good round to take first. Really like to take first with this one. You know, last tournament, we got sixth. Birthday tournament, we got sixth. Cinco tournament, we didn't do as well, we got 16th. So, two top 10 finishes. I do like that addition on the side of the banners. I think that's sweet. Two top 10 finishes. Like to get my first top three here. Should be doable, as it is new holes and less people are familiar with them, especially rookies. Big part of the reason I wanted to go ahead and do this one first. Nice and early today. Start of the weekend round. You know, we're only, what, 9 hours in or so? Yeah. So, still pretty early in the grand scheme of things for the tournament. Anybody that needs help in rookie, this is for you, hopefully. If you catch me live, feel free to ask questions. Hope everyone that shows up today says hello. A lot of times, a lot of the viewers don't say hi, and I feel like there's nobody here. At the end of the stream ends, and I find out there's 15 people in there. So, you know, don't be afraid to say hi. Let us know how you're doing. Let us know if you need help with anything. That's what we're here for. Where we at? We're at 3.5 minutes. I think we're good to get started. First hole, I'm going to go ahead and just bring Thor's hammer. Don't need the distance. We're going to go left. Going to just play it with the, I want the fairway shot. I feel like on this hole in particular, well, thanks for showing up, Nicholas. People will show up. It usually takes a little while, especially with the first one in the morning. It's early here. And it's Saturdays, people are sleeping in and people are taking care of, you know, yard work and that kind of thing now before they enjoy their weekend. So don't expect this one to be crazy busy. Next one will probably be busier. And thanks for the good luck. Did you make the weekend, Nicholas? See, that's what I don't want to do. I know it's a close shot, but rough shots are tough. I would rather take my chances over here. We don't even need that good of a ball with blow out a katana. You know, we want to end up in there, towards the middle. Good score. That should be, you know, I would imagine top three, maybe first place. Unless you get a really tough bracket. You know, I'd be happy with a minus 26 here. My goal really is a minus 27, 28. I know it's doable. If I'm on fire, I can definitely get there. And that's like 27, 28 should be a first place banner. 26 could do it. I would just like to not be as nervous, you know. Where's our max? Okay, so we're close to max. That's what we want. I like 2 bars of backspin on this hole. So you do a little bit of an over adjustment. Normally it'd only be about 1.5 there. Ah, great shot. 7th place, wow. I might have got there with a perfect, darn it. You do about 1/3 of a ring over adjust there. About 10%, 10 to 20%. I don't know what causes it. It doesn't seem like it's downhill, but it might be. Or I don't know if just because there's water off to the side there, the wind plays a little heavy for some reason. But for whatever reason, the second shot here, you have to overplay. At least with the thorn, because of the, you know, the arc of the thorn. It might be different with some other clubs. But I've pretty much only ever used the thorn on that shot. Hornet a few times, but I don't like the Hornet as much. Now I gotta look at, I don't believe, oof, that is enough. That's enough to do it. We're gonna try it. We're gonna try it in rookie, see how it does. I used the sniper attempt for pro and expert, and I liked it. But I had still used the guardian for rookie. We're gonna try it. I want my chance at an ace, my best chance at an ace. And I feel like the sniper is it with the ball guide. You know, guardian, I can get darn close every time, but getting in is just a little trickier. Yeah, if you've played that much, you probably should be moving up. Probably. I just don't see. The thing is, I'm not even griping about playing someone higher or anything like that. It sucks for some people, like the people that really are still new to the game and learning. It sucks for those people, but it's nature of gaming in general. But I don't understand it for their side. Like, why would you keep wanting the Tour 3 chests? They suck. Tour 6, you can unlock almost every club. So just by going up to Pro, you all of a sudden can open up everything except for level 7 clubs. All right, we need less power. Oh, Navigator's not going to have the side spin. Darn. I have to go Quasar. We're going to have to underpower this quite a bit. Oh shit, and I didn't put my spin on. This is a total guess here. Not terrible. Tour 9 starts getting rough. It really does. I've been playing Tour 9 for months. Just because every time I go to 10, I go on a losing streak, and then I get back to 9. So now I'm just trying to build that bankroll to a high enough point in Tour 9 that I can just go to Tour 10 and not have to worry about it. That takes a while. Even, I have probably about realistically like a 60% winning ratio. I forfeit all my shootouts, so it's like 53 in my stats, but that's a lot of games that I forfeit. So I estimate somewhere closer to 60% win ratio, and it still takes me a good while to actually move up the coins. Plus tournament week, I do mostly just tournament stuff. So shit, this cord. I need to get a new cord. It's too finicky. Billions? No, no. I'm around the 40 million mark on my first and second account. Come on. So one thing I hate is that when that disconnects, it has to go back to the I've connected screen, and it closes my app, and it can have trouble reconnecting. Hopefully, I still get my birdie here. I've been playing for a little less than a year, 11 months or so. Got serious around Christmas time, so been seriously playing for about 6. Like I was still under a million coins around when I started getting serious, like around Christmas. Well, this is just awful. I hope it just forfeited the shootout. Because this is clearly fucked here. Seriously off of a cord bump from my mirror. I should have just, now I know if that happens mid-hole, finish the hole. I'll have to just tell you guys what's happened because I'm not risking this all game long. This is not good. There's a very good chance they give me a par here or a bogey. Hopefully, it like somehow showed I reconnected for my opponent. He finished. It went to the shootout, and then I just time out or something. So I'm not worried about the coins. I just want my score. There we go. There's something at least. Yeah, they can change it, but last time I had a problem during a tournament, they didn't get back to me in time. So then I didn't get, I didn't get a banner, I didn't get a good chest, all that. So they gave me my coins back, but I was like, what the hell? That's nothing. What is going on? Sucks, I think I have to close the app. Maybe if we actually go like that, it'll make it do something. They should, because I mean, I made the birdie, so I don't see why they wouldn't. Hopefully, it didn't somehow mess with my replays or something. That would be horrible. But at least have it on stream. That's always it's one of the best things about this. I can just send them the link and the timestamp to what time it is in the stream, and they can see it live how it went down. Good. I think it just messed up my shootout. That looks like it helps. If that's the case, I'm fine. Losing 5 minutes of my life, it's not the end of the world. Especially because it's hard to win a tournament if you par something. All right, good. We got our birdie. All is well. What are you doing, Alan? I didn't even notice that was you that said that. I just read the chat. Welcome in. See, what the hell again with this? This cord sucks. I mean, normally it's not a problem. Hopefully that did it, just kind of letting it do its thing. Seems okay. Good shot there. You can definitely go right in rookie. I just like using my sniper. That's all it comes down to. It's personal preference, so I stick with the left. Maybe about sniper min here. So I want to come that way because the fairway is more straight over there. About 4.6 on min is going to be, something like 4.1. Kind of fixes itself. I think I just moved 3, didn't I? We'll curl it to the right. Definitely was only 3 rings. Been playing for like a year. Got serious about 6 months ago, and I've only been streaming for maybe 6 weeks or so. Still pretty new. Although I've put up a lot of content in that 6 weeks. I've got a rookie, a pro, and an expert, all that made it to the weekend round that'll all be getting streamed today. What are you playing in this tournament, Alan? And believe me, I know I got to do what is it, 48, 54, 54 holes. It's a lot of streaming. Definitely will not be continuous. I wish I could, but I can't do that. I'll mess up one of the rounds at least. So we're at backbone, just under 3 rings. Yeah, a little off on the adjustment. I've been doing better the back nine myself. My worst round so far was pro. Best round was in rookie, and then so I shot a minus 25 in the opening round for rookie, minus 22 for pro, and minus 24 for expert. The goal is to improve by 2 strokes on at least all of them. Pro, I'd like to do a lot better than 2 strokes. I wasn't very happy with the minus 22. It is a tough eagle. It can be done, but it's tough. I've gotten it 3 times, I think, so far, all on rookie. I might have hit it once in pro or expert, whatever. I forget which, but 3 times for sure in rookie. And I forfeit because A, I've got 3 to do today, and B, I mean, my coins are at about 3 million, so 1,000 coins is nothing. I can teach you how I've been doing it if you tune in to expert or even pro, because I do it the same. I do it the same way actually in all 3, so you'll see it here. It's just obviously harder to do in expert with the win, but I take the same approach every time, and you know I might not make it every time, but I'm either in or within a yard or 2 of the cup, you know, max. I'm close. Welcome in, Michael. Good to see you. This is pro, Michael. All right, I'm sorry, this is rookie. My main account is expert. I have 1 in pro, 1 in rookie, and 1 in expert. 3 accounts. Yes, that is the expert account. So, for Firefly close to min, 9.6, you don't even need to move this. Shouldn't need to anyways. Did have a high arc. But yeah, still right in the cup. That's why I like the Firefly. People bag on it because of the accuracy, but that ball guide is pretty true. That was a good hole. We needed that eagle. Rapier's a good club too. You know, I'm not going to sit and say it's not. It comes down to preference. I just like the Firefly. Maybe part of the reason I like it is because a lot of people don't. So we're going to use the quarterback on this hole. Reason I'm using the quarterback is for the large curl. I don't have a quarterback card loaded up, but it's the same as the sniper, so. I mean, that's up to you to not want to risk the coins. I think it would have still been worth doing because everybody's got the same issues. And honestly, I find this tournament to be not that difficult. They made some of the wins tough, but the holes themselves are not that bad once you learn them. How's it going off for you, Alan? I have I've only used the right side really. That's what I'm about to do here. I don't like the middle, Mike, because my especially in rookie because my big topper. I just don't like the big topper when I don't need it. The accuracy sucks. So if you hit great, it's going to go way off target. And I hit great a lot. If you've tuned into my streams, you'll notice I'm not the best at hitting perfect. Probably my biggest flaw in this game. Doing expert, it'll be later this afternoon. I'm going to do them in order. So I'm going to do rookie, then pro, then expert. Um, Rookie pro will be almost back to back. I'll probably just take like a 10-minute break just to kind of stretch and refresh my eyes and stuff. And then I'll probably take a bigger break um, between the next two. It also depends when Tommy streams, how much he's streaming, all that. So I like coming over here and using that left spin. Just want to go just a touch through the cup. Great, it's not going in. Hey PJ, appreciate it. Yep, this is my baby account. I'm only just over 500 games in on this one. It's baby to my other accounts. My second account's still only around 1,200 games, so it's not that far in, but my main account's over 4,000, so that's got some life on it. That's why this feels like a baby account. It's tough to get through that first like week. But once you get, if especially once you know what you're doing, um, like starting my second account after I really had mastered, or not mastered, because I wouldn't say I'm still a master at this game, but really gotten to know my stuff helped a lot because I'm able to, kind of envision the ball guide now. I can see it even when it's not there. What do you mean, Michael? Scorecard so far for people just tuning in. Yep, overpowered putters. Um, I just stumbled across it. I was looking for a new mobile game to play because I'd gotten sick of Clash of Clans, and I've always liked video game golf, so it was kind of a easy pick for me because it had a good rating and stuff, and I liked it. I almost gave up on it. Um, because right around the 3 or 4 month period was when. Um, can we still do it with the katana? Let's see. Yeah, just over two. Ah, boom! Welcome in, Eric. Yeah, I never uninstalled it, but I came close. And then I was like, okay, there's people that are great at this game, so there must be a way to, master the methods. And once I started learning, then I got better quickly, and um, it got a lot less frustrating. There's still days I get mad and have to put it away for a while, but all right. This tough little par four. I figured, Brian, I said that in the beginning of my stream, that people were either, sleeping in or getting chores done. I knew you'd be in eventually. So we're going to go with just about four. What's your problem, Michael? I can. I'm not the greatest at it. I never really fully learned how to exactly measure it. I've got a decent eyeball at it a lot of the time. Like I can get them to work, but I probably am like 50-50. All right, we're at a good distance. Gave it a chance. Short. Darn. Yeah, that's probably my next thing to learn. Learning how to really hook and slice, because that's how you get some crazy plays to happen, like green and one on par 5. I had a similar thing happen to me, Michael, where I was up to 30 million, and Tour 9 dropped me down to like 17 million, and Tour 7 dropped me down to like 5 million, and then Tour 6 dropped me down to about 3, and then I recovered. Um, my guess is you're missing something in your calculations. Um, like playing over water, always add at least 10% to your measurement. Playing downhill, add 10%. Playing uphill, subtract 10%. And sometimes those come, in multiples. So you'll be downhill over water or uphill over water. That's usually the problem, especially pro tee, because you are always losing elevation, at least on your tee shot. The second shot will often play the same. And bad luck is a real thing. Bad streaks happen to even the greatest players. Maybe not that dramatically. When I had that bad streak, that was when it inspired me to learn the water, the elevation changes, all that stuff, because I knew I was missing something. I had the rings down, but there was something I was still lacking, and that was it. I mean, you might have just been a little out clubbed too for a while there, especially in the upper tours, and that started the bad streak. And then sometimes just when you're on a bad streak, the confidence drops and your play drops. It'll turn around. Well, if you think it won't, then it won't. Mindset is very big. Just keep tuning in. Watch all the streams you can. I mean, I know you do. I've seen you show up in a lot of them. So, but just keep doing it. It'll help more and more and more. That was probably the single-handed biggest jump in my game, was just watching people. When I started really watching, and not just watching and kicking back and relaxing, but really watching what they're doing and what the opponents are doing, even when you're playing. So you got to leave yourself about double space here. So we're going to go, you know, 4 rings of space. Because even right there, the ball guide's going to make it across. It's going to bunt the rough, but it's going to make it across. So with the downhill and the wind, it should be good. Tommy is great. I mean, he's obviously one of the best players in the game. The problem with learning from Tommy is he doesn't really use ring system or anything. He learns by playing and playing and playing and taking notes and adjusting and doing the same shots, and it works well. But, well, I'm not saying Tommy is the best, but he's up there. You know, he's in the top. But his method of play is hard to learn from, other than just replicating his shots, which is also hard because he plays, in most of his accounts, he's got a lot better clubs than most people do. Because he wins so many tournaments, he's constantly getting good chests. But J-Bone is awesome to watch, for sure. I agree entirely. Rings are the way. All right, so this is how I go for this eagle. The shot has been played perfect so far. This is what I do. Even on expert, I still end in the same spot. It's very consistent. It's still tough to sink. Juan's good too. He's a great player. You know, I can honestly say every streamer I've tuned in to watch so far, I think, provides either quality learning content or good entertainment or both. I can endorse every streamer I have seen. I've seen, God, like 12 or 14 of them, I think. They are all worth checking out. So about 2 rings away from the rough there. Right spin to get your ball guide in the right direction and a bar of top. Just 1 bar. Ah, great. It's not going in. But this will still be just left of the cup. See? It's a safe way to attempt that shot. I haven't had anything detrimental happen yet. It has been right there every time. I've never ended up in the rough. I've never gone past the green, nothing. Just what I would do is just literally print out the actual club guides from Golf Flash Notebook, like what I've got in front of me. All I do when I play usually is I write down the first number. But if it's tournament time, then I want all 5 numbers because you're right. It's like doing math. You don't want to have to do math. Yep, the Caddy app is another option. You know, and even with this setup that I have here, like if I'm playing, let's say, for example, the extra mile. No, bad example. Backbone should be better. So if I had a 12-mile-an-hour wind, you know, I only have my 5 numbers there. But all I have to do is look at that and say, well, 5 and 7 is 5.9 and 7.4 is over 13. So it's just under 9 rings, like 8.5 probably. You estimate, because honestly, trying to get the exact decimal number within a ring that is just like when one ring is 1.48 and you're looking for the 0.6, you're guessing anyways. So don't try to think too much about it. Use feel at that point to how much you need in that rough estimate zone. That's kind of what I do, and it works pretty well. All right, we're going to go back to Thor's hammer for this shot. That depends if you're using a power ball. That's why. Power balls add a little bit of distance and it slightly changes the rings. Because sniper is one. You know, this is done with, this is the basic guide, so it's assuming you're using a basic ball. Those numbers all go up slightly for every power level ball you use. It's pretty small, like you don't need to use that, but I mean, if you were really, really trying to get the best score, like you're in Masters and you're playing with the best of the best of the best, and you really want to get as close as you can, then you would probably like, you would want to write down for a tournament, like, okay, I'm using the katana on this hole. So then when you print the ball guide, you get the shot for the katana for that club. You know, make sure it's exact. But outside of that extreme situation, it's not really needed. The basics should do you just fine. Always leave yourself a little space for error anyways, so oh, the distance on this one is not important. That's why we went with the Thor's hammer. Better accuracy. Still as close to, you know, it's this, I think it's the second longest driving driver I have. At least in the fly. Still got some decent topspin. At level 1, it's not a club you'll pull out very often, but it can be useful from time to time. Thor's hammer is exactly 50%, so it's exactly to a ring right here. So I didn't make a card for level 1 because I usually don't play with it. And that's 100% right, Michael. That is why power balls add distance. Why is that a wow, Brian? Corn dogs and mustard are great. Always check your distance. Okay, so there's max. So we're going to be playing close to max here. About an extra third of a ring. Great again. Damn it. Nothing like hitting great on shots you can make. Uh, yeah, I mean, I don't eat corn dogs very often these days myself, but oh yeah, me too, man. I wish they'd have given it. I wish great was okay. Like they when you hit it, it's okay shot, because it often is okay. It wasn't good. It's almost never great. That's for sure. And then good should just that's where the slice should start. You hit good shot and you didn't mean to. You're probably in the bunker or in the rough or in the water. Rare that you end up in the fairway. Shit. Yes, it's a shootout. Never had a corn dog? Oh man, you're missing out. I mean, if you like hot dogs at least. If you hate hot dogs, I can see why you wouldn't have had one. Still, you'd think it would be something that could be found. A corn dog is a hot dog on a stick that is battered with cornmeal and then fried. They're delicious. Who doesn't love a hot dog on a stick? I thought it wasn't going to make it out of there. The chili's great. Chili dog is also a very American thing. Smother a hot dog in chili and cheese. It's delicious. I love all mustard. I like yellow. I like Dijon. I like horseradish mustard, spicy mustard, honey mustard. It's all good. It's not a good thing, man. It really isn't. America's a bunch of fat asses, so something like 40% of people in America are obese. Not just a little chunky, they're heavily overweight. That's how I am also. I mean, I eat a lot of crap and I'm still a skinny guy. But I was blessed with a good metabolism. A lot of America is not. That's disgusting, Brian. Especially because, goddamn, hot dogs and beer at baseball games are expensive. I don't know what it is at a Cleveland game, but I was just at a Cubs game last season, and a beer was 9.50 and a hot dog was like 7.50. So that guy just ate like $400 worth of food at a baseball game. That's pretty ridiculous. That's just that's so bad, you know? Like I understand the whole movement about, accepting people that are not perfectly skinny. I get that, but I feel like that movement was just an enabling system for people that are already really overweight to just be terrible. And that sucks, you know? Yeah, so about the same. Oh, dogs were cheap at least, but that's still $140 in beer. Yeah, there is something about steaming a hot dog, though. It's just delicious. Steaming it in a bun, and it's a ballpark, ballpark hot dog. Good shot, bud. Oof, we really played it a little close to that tree there. So we want to find somewhere where the ball guide stays relatively consistent, right in there. We know it's going to be about true measurement, just because you add 10%, but I'm not quite at max. Oh, close. That would have been a great one. Have yet to get an albatross in this tournament on any account, so I'd like to get one today. Hit about 4 or 5 hole in ones. Little unlucky. I mean, this hole is tough though. It just luck is what's going to cause it to drop. So there's so much variation in the fairway before this green. Never easy to get a 1.5-inch ball in a 3-inch hole from 170 yards away, anyways, you know? Well, I work in a warehouse. I make $15 an hour. And that's, probably about average. A lot of people start around the 12. Some make it up to the 20, depending what kind of warehouse you're in, depending what you're driving for. And depending where in the US, the economy varies pretty greatly per state. A major city, you're going to be looking at more like the $20 an hour range. If you're kind of in a less populous area, probably more like the $12 to $15 an hour range. Yeah, UPS driver makes good money, but that's because it's UPS. I'll be right back, guys. Just gotta use the restroom. Tax works out to be roughly like a fifth, 20%, at least for me, at my bracket. And that's all taxes. I have Rilo, Stewie, and Hermes. We have 3 dogs. Rent for a 2-bedroom apartment in Denver is like $1,200 a month, average. 12 to 14. We have a 1-bedroom in Denver, and we pay $925 a month here. But we live in a pretty cheap area of Denver. Oh, 1 second. Start my music back up before we get in there, so no disconnect issues. See if we can get on this green again, or on this fairway. Oh, no, never mind. I'm a hole ahead of myself here. So we don't want Titan. It's not necessary. Navigator should do just fine. I know this is about 2 rings. Just about. Well, off to the right again. Yep, life's not cheap here. I think like something like 25 to 30% of America is technically below the poverty line. The cost of living compared to average wage is pretty bad for most areas. There's some good fields to get into where you can definitely break that mold, but your average person just working an average job is having a tough life. Pretty much, there is like a universal um, program essentially, like Medicare, but it only covers X amount of doctors, and you still have to go, to the ones in your area, and it's medical stuff is probably the worst thing in America. Like we have the best doctors, supposedly, but you got to pay for that care. Most people go to run of the mill doctors and still get charged an arm and a leg. Saying good luck before I forfeit. Yeah, that that sounds much better than us. That's $3,000 a month, you're saying? Unfortunately, it's not that simple. Plus, a lot of people in the world tend to dislike Americans. So I've heard stories of it being rather difficult for people to get jobs and stuff like that in other countries. Man, hitting those perfects on these. That was pretty. I could argue that you drive on the wrong side of the road. This guy's taking a chance with a basic ball in this shot. I don't know. We drive on the right. That sounds right to me. All right, we got the eagle both times on this hole today. That's a great thing. That is a big one to get the eagle. Yeah, so we drive on the right with left side steering. So it's the same thing, it just feels backwards to both of us, but it's worked out the same way so that, your passenger side is on the sidewalk. Bring the quarterback for this. So yeah, just as I was saying before, like we'll compare it. Look at the quarterback's curl compared to the big top or the extra mile there. I lose 12 yards, but with a Kingmaker, it shouldn't be an issue. Makes playing the right much easier. Plus, that accuracy is so good. You can hit great, and you're probably still going to be okay. Really would like to get this Albie to drop. Want my first top 3 finish with this account for sure. I'm on path, just got to keep it up. Should have probably curled it a little more. That's still okay. Gonna be a little short probably of where he wants. I agree. I don't like the left. I think the right is definitely the way to go if you're not going straight. So I'm not actually taking a wind measurement. I'm just moving so that my second ring is right into the rough. So I've got about a ring and at 0.8 of space. So I can hit great and it won't put me in the rough. Especially as we talked about, if you know you're not perfect at hitting perfect, good play. Got out past those trees there. That's all we want. Probably a good deal of stuff like that, yeah. Electronics, maybe not. Because we still get all of electronics imported for sure. Really? Use the Cataclysm here? Oh, no, buddy, that's not what you do. No, 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 no. Oh, poor guy. Poor guy. I mean, my level 6 sniper reaches no problem. At least with the Kingmaker, it does. Fudging great. Yeah, but I still used my sniper and expert, and I had like, a full 5 rings of extra distance. I didn't need it. I like the ball guide, man. If I can use it, I do. It's all right. No worries, Nicholas. I often wonder about how things are in other countries as well. Because, you can't always find out everything just looking it up. You get too many rough estimates, and, some places might, you know, withhold certain details to make it sound better. Okay, that makes a little more sense. In expert, I use my Thor's hammer. So I think I'll have to relook at that. I might still use the Apocalypse. I don't remember. My Thor hammer is 4 on my expert, so I feel like um, the curl got up to enough to where I was using it. I don't remember for sure though. All right, I really need one more to drop. I'm gonna get that 26. Let's hope we can get it here. I've never hit the same hole in one set of holes, so in one round. I did. I actually had quit for about a year and a half, and then I moved. I broke my e-cigarette that I was using, and I didn't have the money because I had lost my job at the time and was just in a new location, no family or anything. I didn't have the money to buy another one, and cigarettes were like 3.50 a pack there, so I bought them, and here we are again, 2 years later, 3 years later. Although I've been seeing reports that vaping is worse than cigarettes. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I've heard. Hard to know what's real in the media these days. Oh, double boom. We got it again. I don't know if that's true. I have smoked in most of my streams, and I haven't been flagged for anything yet. I also don't sit here and go like this. I take a puff, I put it back in the ashtray. Like I keep it minimal. But for whatever reason, Golf Clash makes me chain smoke, so it's kind of a product of the situation. All right, all right, all right. That was big. That was big. If we can get another one, I'm gonna feel real confident. Yeah, I don't do that. Oh shit, I didn't fucking switch the quarterback. Should be okay, luckily, but we're gonna actually, since I have the quarterback, we'll swap out to the Kingmaker. Striker ball. Why not? Get rid of him. I do drink occasionally on stream, but you know, one or two, and it doesn't look like alcohol necessarily because I drink mixed drinks. So that would suck. Wow, that's crazy, Alan. How old are you? Oh no, I appreciate it, Michael. You know, warning is appreciated. I looked up the policy content and stuff, and um, it just said basically like smoking may make you flagged as an adult audience only, which I wouldn't be too upset with. That doesn't mean, you know, people that are not adults can't watch. It just means it would have a like mature audience rating thing. Yeah, 28 in one drink, that's pretty crazy. Oh my God. Yeah, from what I understand though, it takes me being basically reported by a bunch of people for that to happen. Nah, weed is not just as bad. If anything, weed is good for you. It's just criminalized, which is awful. But luckily, I live in Denver and it's recreationally legal. So it is not good for young people to smoke weed because it's not good for a developing brain. But once your brain is done developing, I think, you know, modest usage is not a problem. And definitely for certain people, it is a good thing. You know, outside of like Brian saying he had knee problems, so he uses it for pain. Alan uses it for headaches. You know, there's many reasons to use it that are valid. You know, and if that's not a bad mindset to have because for the most part, smoking is not good. You know, like I wish I never started cigarettes in the first place. I can't say that about weed, you know, but like I said, I don't ever suggest a minor use it. It's not that easy, man. Brian, last hole. We need at least the birdie. Let's see if we can get the eagle. Go out with a bang. Oh my God, I forgot to get rid of the quarterback again. Shame on me. Should be okay. It's going to overplay a little. Hopefully we don't hit the rough. I am. All right, we just cleared it. If we get the rough, we're not going to get the distance we need to make the next shot with the wood. Yeah, I'm going to take, probably about 10, 15-minute break. Set up the other stream and stuff and just kind of set the reset. I know I'm playing well, but if I just play too many holes straight, that's bound to switch over, so. What's illegal, Michael? Depends where you live. For you, it's all illegal because you're a minor. So you're 100% correct. But for us adults, it just depends where you live. A little further than I'd like to be with that rough bump, but gun laws is one I don't want to get into. That's way too deep. There's too many sides and too many angles. Good shot for our opponent there. We just got to hope we're still at the thorn. All right, well, should be all right. Interesting that got perfect at least, giving it a chance. Ah, a little off. I mean, personally, I think guns are a good thing, in terms of they're here, they're around, other people have them. So I think it should only be fair that the other people should have them too for defense. Like the government has them. A cop can pull a gun on you any day, and everyone think that 100% acceptable, but a civilian's not allowed to for some reason, even though it's in our constitutional right. But the laws are very detailed, and there's a lot to them. And what I think the problems are too much that I want to even attempt to get into them in a stream. Especially because this is Golf Clash. We're here to have fun. Oh, at this count, I'm not sure. I think just over 400 yards, if I remember correctly. 401, longest drive with this account. Well, that 26 is definitely going to give us a contention for first place. I imagine it should be at least top 3. 25 was the highest score in my opening round for this rookie bracket. So, fingers crossed that this account here sees its first gold banner. That one kind of just taunts me. I had 2 6 places. So, want one of at least top 3, which I should be there. We can argue about that next stream if you tune in, Michael, because I'm going to end this one. We're at over an hour and a half already, so I'm a thorn man, but we can get into details why. I would go Claw over Hornet. I know you're a Claw guy, so that would be my placement of the 3. Thorn, Claw, then Hornet, because I like backspin. Backspin and ball guide. John, yes, you missed the rookie stream. Show you the bracket real quick and the scorecard. Pretty solid round. Sitting in first. I mirrored both 9. Hole in 1 on hole 7 twice. So that was pretty sweet. Solid round. Crossing the fingers that it stays in first. And I'll be doing pro next, John. So if you're interested in tuning in, probably about 15 minutes or so, I'm going to get started. Just going to take a short break. And I will be back. No worries, Michael. Anytime you come in, you're welcome. All right, is that rookie, Nicholas? You said rookie you were playing, right? Yeah, what weekly league are you in? Because I'm in pro, so I'm playing all other pro people, so I'm up in pro 3, I believe. Yeah. See, that's your problem. If you're a master, you shouldn't even be playing rookie tournaments. You'd be much better off in pro, at least. You've got nothing but other masters in your rookie bracket, so that's why mine has a chance to make it, because I've got nothing but people at pro level in mine. At 26 is hard to beat with the club sets. No, pro is honestly a lot of the time it's easier because the wind is a lot more in your favor when you get tailwind. Well, I would just suggest well, I'd have to take a look at your clubs, but if you're in master, you should be either you play an insanely large amount, so that's why your bankroll is going up so fast, or why you're making so much money in your weekly leagues. And it might be smart to drop back down. Or just keep giving pro a whirl till you get the hang of it. Which, if that's the case, tune into as many streams as you can and watch other people do the rounds before you do your rounds. But we're going to cut it here, guys. I really appreciate all you stopping in. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. If you haven't subbed, please sub. And we'll see you guys shortly.